Greed never pays. In a small town lived four young boys. They were so poor that they decided to leave their town to travel and earn money. They were very poor boys, it seems. So, in order to earn money, they had to leave their town. They took a dip in a river nearby. When they came out of the river, after offering their prayers, a sage greeted them. The boys narrated their suffering to the sage, who took pity on them and gave them 4 pearls. He told them, "I am giving you 4 pearls, one for each one of you. Travel to the mountains and stop when a pearl slips from your hand. You are sure to find a treasure there," said the sage. The boys left for the mountains in search for treasure. They were just a quarter way up the mountain range when a pearl slipped out of a boy's hand. So they started going into the mountains in search of treasure. After reaching a quarter way up, one boy slipped his pearl from his hand. All of them stopped and dug up the spot excitedly. See, the place where the pearl had dropped, they started digging up. Did they find? They found copper at the end of their digging. These are the copper coins. The boy was very happy and decided to go back home with copper. But the other 3 felt that they needed to find gold. They traveled for a few more days when a pearl slipped out of another boy's hand. On digging up the place, they found out silver. See, again another boy slipped his pearl and that boy found silver after they digged up there. The boy decided to pack the silver and head for his little town, while the other 2 decided to travel ahead in search for gold. They traveled across rough mountains when another pearl slipped from the boy's hand and fell at a spot. The boys dug up the spot and finally there it was. What is it? The shining gold. One of the 2 boys said, "Look, we have finally found what we are looking for. Let us take it and go back home." To that, the other boy replied, "Think about it. Every step we have taken ahead has given better results. First it was copper, then it was silver, and now it is gold. I am sure there must be something more precious than gold ahead," said this boy. After finding the gold, this boy told the other boy, saying that, "See, we have all finally got the gold, so let us go back home and with this we can happily live." But this boy didn't agree. He said, "You should get still more precious than gold." Saying so, the boy decided to go ahead, while the one who found the gold could only shake his head in disapproval at his friend's greed. He couldn't say anything because he was not happy with the greed this boy is having. So he left the place. So the 3 boys had gone back home with their treasures, and the 4th boy traveled for days, and finally he came across a spot where there was a man standing with a wheel spinning on top of his head. So finally these boys started going even more farther in the mountain ranges. After so many days, finally one day this boy saw a man standing with a wheel spinning on his top of his head. The boy asked, "Who are you and why is this wheel spinning on your head?" The moment the boy uttered these words, the wheel shifted from the man's head to the boy's head. The wheel caused a lot of pain, and the boy looked at the man in disbelief and cried. The wheel shifted from his head to this boy's head. So it is very big and heavy. So he cried, "Take this thing off my head." The man replied, "No one can remove the wheel. You will be saved from this pain when another boy like you comes to this spot in search of wealth and asks the same question you just asked. The magic of this wheel is that you will not feel any hunger or thirst, but you will only feel the pain that greed causes." See, the man left while the boy stood there repenting at how his greed had brought him such misfortune. If only he would have returned when his friends had gone other treasures, he would not have to face this today. But because of this greed, he has to pay all this pain.